Greetings YouTube, Simon here, welcome to another Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Guide video, and in today's episode we are going to be getting Zell's ultimate weapon, which is the Ehrgeiz, and for this you are going to require 3 crafting items. The first is an Adamantine. Now the Adamantine you've probably already got if you've done Squall's Lionheart weapon, but if not, just go ahead and refine the Minotaur card. That will give you 10 Adamantines, which is sufficient for pretty much all of the ultimate weapons that require it. And don't worry, when you refine cards in Final Fantasy VIII, as long as you complete the CC group quest, you can actually get any rare card as often as you want later on Disc 4, so you can actually get this back. The other items are Dragon Skin, of which we will require 4, and that's going to be the most annoying of today's farm. And then finally, we need a single Fury Fragment. Now, I actually showed you how to get Fury Fragment in the last episode. I'm currently on Disc 2. You can probably do this before Disc 2, though. But not from the same place, obviously, where I am right now. But if you head over to Trabia Garden, up on this continent, once you've got the mobile version of Balamb Garden, then you can run around this forest and encounter blue dragons, and they're going to be a source of both Fury Fragments and Dragon Skins. Now, you're going to run around in the forests outside Trabia. Unfortunately, the blue dragons themselves are an uncommon enemy, as I'm sure many of you who have farmed for the aura magic will already know about. So you do have to have a little bit of patience. It can actually take around 3 or 4 minutes if you're unlucky, even on turbo speed, of just running around and escaping battles in order to encounter one. Now, the dragon skins, which I said are the most annoying, are actually dropped by the blue dragons, as opposed to mugging them. Mugging them will actually yield the Fury Fragment, of which we only require 1, so that's the easy one to get, because you're guaranteed to get it when you mug. But the dragon skins, on the other hand, have to actually drop from the blue dragons. Now, the problem is, they only have a 20% drop chance, and we do require 4. So, it is a bit of a nuisance, but you just stick with it. Here's one, and you will get them eventually. Now, if, like me, you're in a low-level game, you're not going to want to level up. So, I strongly recommend carding these enemies as opposed to actually killing them, because they will give quite a bit of experience if you do kill them. Now, obviously, if you're not playing a low-level game, you don't need to worry about that. You'll probably prefer the experience in that case over the blue dragon card. But if they don't drop dragon skin, I think they give dragon fangs. Okay. Now, they do have the same percentage drop chance of dragon skin, regardless of what level they're at, so you don't need to use the level up ability. I think it's like 19%, and it always is 19%. Now, one thing to note is that if you don't have either Fury Fragments or Dragon Skin, you are much better off trying to get the Dragon Skin to drop first rather than mugging them for the Fury Fragments. And the reason for that is that they actually have a very slim chance of dropping Fury Fragments. So it just kind of makes sense to go for the drops before the mugs first, in case you do get a Fury Fragment by that method while trying to farm for the Dragon Skins. Now, in terms of Dragon Skins, even though you require 4, the actual drops from these guys are 3 at a time in terms of the Dragon Skin. So there's a good chance that when you do get a dragon skin, you might get all that you need, especially if you've killed T-Rex or earlier on, because he too has a chance of dropping a single dragon skin, I believe it is. So by getting 3 off this blue dragon, you might get 4. There we go, look, 4 from the get-go. So indeed, I do have 4 dragon skin now, myself, which means I believe I've got everything to craft the weapon that we need. So 4 dragon skin, yep, there we go. That's obviously that sorted. We know we've got the Adamantine as well. There's that. We need 1 of those. I've got 9. And then finally, the Fury Fragment. That's the one that we mug from the enemy, from the blue dragon. I'm pretty sure I've got 1 of those as well. Yes. So we can head to a junk shop now and start crafting. What do you do? Okay, folks, so when it comes to actually crafting Zell's ultimate weapon, or pretty much any party member's ultimate weapon for that matter, you can come to any junk shop. I personally use the one in Balamb Town, and that's just because I find it really convenient. It's very close to the entrance. And all we need to do is, hey, we could actually craft another Lionheart for Squall if we wanted to. Of course we don't, that would be a waste. But we just go and select Zell there, and then look at that, we can craft the Ehrgeiz. And as you can see, it's a nice boost to stats. But in particular, that boost to the hit percentage is really useful, I find, for Zell, because unfortunately he has quite a low hit percentage naturally, so any means of boosting that is going to be helpful. Let's go ahead and craft it. Now, there is no trophy for crafting the ultimate weapons in Final Fantasy VIII, although if it's your first time using the item synthesis, then you will get a trophy for, you know, using it the first time. Anyway folks, that pretty much brings us to the end of this little video guide, so I hope it's helped you. If it has, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're able to, please do drop by at the next live stream. It's always awesome to catch up with you guys. We have a bit of a laugh there as well. But that's it for me for today folks, so hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.